Hello my good students, welcome back to our War on the Sea Let's Play series, going for a total domination victory as the US Naval Forces. This is a post-PC crash edition. Just before I could save my game on after the previous episode, my PC completely crashed. So what we're doing here is going from the autosave just before we hit the mission with our Lightning's rockets, I believe. So let's go and try that once again in the name of fairness. We're giving them a second chance, so hopefully it should still be here. We can see them there. We know from the previous episode that there are no roofs about, so we should be able to go straight in here once again and hit this. We're going to try exactly the same as we did last time. Go straight in, make sure people are targeting it. It is number one, isn't it? Absolutely. Cool. Let's pause, go in once again and do that. I do apologise that you have to see exactly the same thing once again. It is rather unfair, I do understand. But fucking PC had to just crash, didn't it? Just before I could save. So it's rather lucky in a way that it did that right when I was hoping to finish anyway. Crike. Let's get the map up again. But I'll do it again. But yeah, just not a fun time. Not a fun time. So hopefully we hit this just as hard as we did previously. Be rather unlucky if we didn't. Let's see if we can just turn out a little bit here. Try and get a better turn in on them in a second. That should about do it. Want to come a little more central on their beam there. That will do. This group can come in a little further in as well. And that will about do it there. This group can actually just change its course a tad, come in over here and back up there a little more central before we go in once again. See how they're doing over there. Ooh, what are these guys doing? They are attacking, cool. Just looked a little further forward from this perspective here. Look like they're going to overshoot. We can attack from here, I think. Probably not as good as previously there. That one was a pretty damn decent strike though. Very, very nice indeed. We're getting some extra secondary explosions as well. It's exactly what we like to see there. Did lose a lightning. For the sake of order, once again, we're going to make everyone form up to a Vic. Just very quickly get out, thank you. Increase your altitude, max speed, just run the hell away. Get out of their small arms fire there. Looks like we have done some similar damage here though. We're on critical and critical, so that might actually go down now. Oh Christ, I promise you I'm not doing this out of choice. But we can come back round and once again target that for a strafing run just to finish that off, to make sure it does go down. At least the benefit here is that we could probably get this down today. Come back round, wait for their formation to change a little, I think. It looks like it is going to get left behind a little. Yeah, that's alright actually, if that does happen. Reduce our altitude here, so we're ready to come in. And how's the damage looking? Yeah, still critical and critical. They're not getting on top of it there, are they? Really not getting on top of it there. Let's reduce our speed once again. But their formation's actually more detriment to us now, I think, because they've centralised a bit. Although we are having a very interesting collision here. AI never change, please. Please never change, we love you. Oh dear. So we should be able to get this down. I'm sure it's still in critical flooding, or the fires do appear to have been, yeah, dissipated is the word I think I'm looking for. They're on top of those rather easily, aren't they? So a strafe here would very much be welcome. Very heavy strafe as well with all these lightnings here. Quite a lot on its rear there. So we are having our fingers crossed with some lovely explosions. No, no such luck, but the fires are once again back up. I don't know who's leading here now. Let's pick that up again. I think we lost the lead aircraft there. Unfortunate. Oh! Big mistake there. Told them to. They managed to form up on the leading plane, which was shot down. So they followed us into the sea there. Rather embarrassing. Rather embarrassing. Oh, I just didn't have much time to react there, though, unfortunately. Told them to form up just as it was shot down, I think. So they all followed it to the bottom of the ocean. So that's 10 to 12 lightnings lost there. Just like that. Just like that. But no worries. Hopefully the Nishin will go down. Let's take a quick report. Critical and critical once again. So we're going to sit around here and see if that develops at all. Well, there you go. The Nishin did finally succumb to the flooding and fire. So the lightning sacrifice is not totally without some sort of balance there. You can see a lot of these enemy ships here do also have some minor damage themselves. That's because they did decide to collide into each other while we're waiting for the Nishin to go down. Interesting choice, but these things happen. So one command point, one float plane tender down, and 11,000 tons of shipping has been sunk. Once again, because we have just loaded into the game, we can see these subs here. They are rather threatening, actually, with one submarine out here and one down here. This one, at the moment, a little more threatening. What is the range to that? About 300. We could probably take some Kitty Hawks over to deal with that very quickly. The range over here was about 381, wasn't it? Our Wildcats over here do need to come back round from scousing. So what we're going to do is take just one Wildcat for the moment, with nothing on it, to keep sight on that task force there, and then we can launch some Dauntlesses, I think, to dive bomb perhaps the Nagato. We won't go down just from simple dive bombs like that. That should be fine there. We are going to skip over this because actually Wildcats are also suffering from the same bug as Zeros. They are also invincible, unfortunately. So it won't be the very interesting watch here. So we are just going to skip over this. This should be the roofs coming off of the Nishin. Okay, so we have found that Nagato task force with our Dauntlesses. We've brought in quite a few Wildcats as well, just in case there were fighters about from the Nishin still lingering. We have seen a little bit of fighter activity just outside of Port Moresby as well, so there is the possibility that they'll be sending things over after being scouted out, perhaps by the submarine that's outside the Wasp, which we did not manage to sight with our Kitty Hawks, by the way. No sign of that, unfortunately. So we're going to take off our fire at will here, and what we're going to do is firstly take the Wildcats down to strafe perhaps a cargo ship of some sort. I think we're going to go... actually, no, we might want to go for a destroyer, actually. Might want to go for the Shimakaze or something to get rid of some of this flak. So let's target that. Let's go down, get that. Should make any future strikes just that much easier without so much flak, of course. So that's the thinking behind this. Go down, turn round, and of course there is only the one Shimakaze available to the IJM. I'm going to form up with all of these here just because they're in a strange amount of Wildcats there. Bring that round over here like that. They can dive down and try and hit that a little better. Then, if that's the case, do we want to preserve our Dauntlesses until after that's done, or do we want to go in, I think, just as the Wildcats are coming in, actually? Would be a good idea, so that the AA is mixed and hopefully focus on the Wildcats. So let's just turn round. Definitely want to try hitting the Nagato of all things. Here it is, it's the number, where is it? It's number 5 on the task force there. So actually might want to come around to the rear thinking of that. Being rather fickle, but it will be for the best if we make sure we come from the optimum angle, of course. Imagine that. Who would have heard of ever going for an optimum strike here? I certainly can't be, certainly not able to do it most of the time there. Just going to increase the speed of some of these Wildcats. They do come in with the Dauntlesses. Yeah, there we go. So we should be suffering from the invincibility bug as well, so we shouldn't be losing any of these Wildcats. So there's good and bad things about that. Not going to try and do anything too different to abuse that, because it's just wrong. It really is just wrong to abuse that too hard. But if it means we can get a sub here, should be okay really. Would probably have gone for the sub if we get a destroyer. Would have gone for the destroyer either way, whether we're invincible or not. Just because it's a very nice prize. Needs to get rid of something here. And like I say, to at least distract and lessen the flak coming in. So we're actually going, I think, to tell all of our Dauntlesses to go in and attack here. Like that. It's going to take some time because we are doing the break and attack maneuver here. So it will help out. Let's just go through that very, very quickly as we can. We could tell them all to break and attack at the same time, but this appears to be the correct way to do it. That's okay. It does take time to set up air attacks anyway. How are we doing over here on the Shimakaze? Not expecting loads with the low caliber of the Wildcats guns, but we've got a few decent hits there. A few very nice hits indeed. 3, 4. Form up once again. Turn out. Come back round. Wildcats over here should get a strike on the Shimmer before our Dauntlesses hit. Very, very nice indeed. Going to tell them to turn out again. Are these not quite attacking? That's absolutely fine. They're in a decent position there. Let's tell them to attack and watch the Dauntlesses go in there, I think. Okay, so we did hit a rather nice amount of bombs onto that Nagato. I think about 10 or 11 bombs actually hit that target. Not going to sink it, absolutely, because it didn't even cause any source of flooding on it. Where are we? Yeah, heavy to 0 flooding. But the Shimakaze we can absolutely take down. Critical damage to moderate flooding. Couple more strafes should do the job there. So we're already coming back with these Wildcats here. Just to keep that up, to make sure the fires don't get so nasty. We do have a scout about here. It is just a Pete. Leave that in the sky for now. Absolutely fine there. Excellent stuff. Coming in for another strafe from the bows, I believe, just over here. See the Wildcats coming in on the map. Here they are. Really struggling with the sea state there as well as the Shimakaze. Look at that. There you go. Lovely. Very, very nice indeed. Probably could have slowed down a little more there before we got on top of it. But critical damage to heavy flooding. I think we're going to come around for one large attack once again. And that'll be the last strafe we do on that Shimakaze there. Tell everyone to turn around and go for it, really. Slow down our speed with some of these Wildcats here. Just so the fires don't dissipate. There we go. Lovely extra explosion to really help us out there. Shimakaze should definitely go down if we give it some time. Okay, so the Shimakaze has been sunk, but it looks like the Nagato's having a few problems with fires. The fires were going up and down on this, but Cersei once again not again to sink it, so we are going to retreat here, I think, and come back in. Yeah, it's gone back down to moderate damage from the heavy damage. So one destroyer down, absolutely a very nice kill there. Going to return to base with our Dauntlesses now. And what we're going to do, I think, is actually get out some... Oh, we need to wait some time there. No worries for that. I'm going to try and get out some sort of bow fighters with torpedoes, actually, to start some true flooding on that Nagato. We might even try and get this out at the same time as more Dauntlesses as well, so that we can hit a second ship there. Can we see how long it's going to take to launch aircraft? We can actually do that now. So we're going to launch them, like I say, with the bow fighters. So we do have a lot of air time left there. So let's carry on. Okay, cool. We have finally found that once again with bow fighters and Dauntlesses here. So I think what we're going to do is I would love to split up our strikes here. So we are going to try hitting the Nagato with just the torpedoes. What we're going to do, they are retreating actually, so I'm going to go for the Miyoko, I think, with our Dauntlesses here. That would be ideal. We do of course need to identify them on the map, and so we have. Should be the number 4 over here. Let's just tell them to go straight in and attack that Miyoko. Not going to take too much time setting this up. I'm sure that would be to some sort of detriment there. But that's okay. We're going to take off fire at will just in case there's something nasty waiting for us. And where's Nagato? Is it right in the centre? No, it's number 5 once again. Let's bring the bow fighters round this way then. Yeah, increase their speed to max for now. We can turn that down once we're in an attacking position there. Go down to 40 meters, of course. And once again, do the same over here. Just turn around like this over here. Target number 5. Number 5, it says, full speed, straight down to 40 meters. Easy stuff. So it should be okay to go straight in on top of that Miyoko there. A lack of Shimakaze, going to be just that much more, well, that much less flak. Total opposite of more. Just speed up a tad here until we get into an attack, because not much to say really, or do. And watch that attack, I think. Okay, so once again an amazing strike from our Dauntlesses there. Just coming in with our bow fighters now. Once again need to slow down their speed on the approach here and actually get into a better position now to hit this Nagato over here, because it is changing the formation after hitting that Miyoko there. Just slow down once again so we're in a definite safe zone with our speed here when attacking with our torpedoes. And once again, just going to align that a little bit better. Going to tell these bow fighters, of course, to turn round just a tad. Come down here while we're watching this group. Come from a wide angle if possible. I think that's going to be okay for this group. I might turn in just a little bit so we get a better, slightly flatter broadside, a more perpendicular angle there. And that should about do it. Going to tell this group to turn in a bit closer now. They're going to have to slow down their speed as well, of course. You can see the fires from here on the Miyoko. Horrible, horrible stuff there. Slow down once again with these bow fighters. We should be seeing the torpedoes hitting very soon. We did lose one, but I do think we saw them all drop there. So let's attack from here, I think. Should be okay. Yeah, the torpedoes there. Going to hit the midships for sure there. Let's get rid of the UI so we can see it's a bit better. Come on. Come on. We're going to reach it. drop. Excellent. That's 2 hits at least so far. Oh, camera snapping there. Losing both fighters left and right though. That's why I didn't really want to bring in Avengers, because we will lose them so quickly. And of course a British torpedo model here just is that much more reliable for hitting the Nagato. Oh, camera snapping. Nah, we're going to hit another one there. Yep. Ooh, okay, let's double check that. 3 torpedoes on that second strike there, so that's 5 in total. Did previously take damage from bombs, so we'll see if that's enough. Tis, where are we? Heavy to heavy, so that might still not go down there. It's not necessarily guaranteed, is it? Might have to come back in with some Avengers actually to finish that off. That's not a problem if we do have to do that. Didn't actually take a look at the Miyoko's damage there, so heavy to moderate flooding, absolutely fine there. Did take a fair few bombs. Should be a lot of components offline there. So we're going to see if the flooding develops here. Hopefully it does. But once again we can come in for a second strike, I think, for sure. Did lose all of the bow fighters incidentally. Oh dearie dear. Oh dearie dearie dear. Well, it didn't sink, which is rather unlucky there. What can we launch? We can launch some Catalinas, perhaps. Do we want to do that? Could do some Catalinas. They'd have the endurance to get over there. Let's launch them with torpedoes, I think. So they can get over there and hopefully get in hard. The 2 torpedoes each. Might want to launch some more aircraft from the Wasp. We've got to wait an hour for that to happen though, and that's only going to stack because we do have some aircraft coming in to refuel there. As you see, they've got 0 fuel on those Wildcats there. So we'll see if those come in. Fingers crossed. I really don't want that Nagato to escape. Could try and get our subs over here to intercept that actually. That'd be a decent idea there. So we can just hope now really. Yeah, here we are. We did make contact with that task force, as you can see here. Coming straight in. We do have a scout behind us. No worries. There's absolutely not a threat to us at all. Could go max speed, dive right down, but the visibility is very high now, so they can see us very clearly. So it's once again not guaranteed we're going to get any torpedoes off here. Once again, with how horribly slow these Catalinas are. Going to speed up over here as we get into target. Getting very lucky to get down to this distance, but it's this sort of distance now that we're worried about. It's going to come out round from the flak. Ooh, no, I thought we'd lost something already. That's just lost contact with the ship. No worries. No worries. Going to just turn round with our Catalinas here. Come for once again a perpendicular angle if possible. Coming in a straight line now. Most dangerous part of attacking with slow torpedoes. As I think we can tell them to attack from here. These Catalinas can come up once again from here. We can change the angle to match that, I think, with these Catalinas here. Once again, 2 torpedoes. Just they are American torpedoes, so we do need the chance to hit here to counteract the dud chance there. But look at that, already lost a Catalina. That's 2 torpedoes lost. Can we please start dropping, guys? It's fairly slow, this ship here. That's, yep, Av dropped with 4 torpedoes there. To come back around, tell this group to attack from here. Should be hitting here for sure, but are they going to be duds is the question. It's going to tell these to attack from here as well. They are doing so. Did lose those Catalinas. That's 1 dub, 1 hit. 1 dub, 1 hit. Up there. If it's 50-50 like that, I'll absolutely take it. Just trying to increase the flooding here is the aim of the game. Going to take off the UI there. Yeah, look how slow that Nagato is now, but hopefully this is its time to go down. We can see one of our Catalinas really heavily smoking there. Another one gone down to the side of it. Are we going to drop before we lose another? There's the front group dropping. And as the back group drops, just about, just as we lost that Catalina. Camera snapping once again. Oh, they make a really nice screenshot of that, actually, wouldn't it? Not so worried about losing the Catalinas here. They are retreating this task force. Oh, another dud. 2 duds by the sounds of it. Come on. These front torpedoes look like they sailed under, or are they both duds? They're both duds. No worries. Let's take a tally of that then. So, it is sinking. Excellent. Excellent. The monster is down. Oh, monster is down. Remember in our previous US campaign, we actually didn't manage to sink a Nagato because it's just so tough. So tough. I've just lost sight as well, but this time, so victorious, and it feels very good. So we can leave this task force alone now, I think. Let it retreat. Be nice to them. Okay, that's a very nice 3 command points as well from that strike, which we could get a Bogue out once again to help the Warspite, but I did say I prefer an Independence there just because slightly higher number of aircraft there, but that's okay. We do still have the Shangri-La over here to escort this through to the Shortland Islands here, which is absolutely what we're going to do now. We should. It's 1400 hours just gone. So we should be able to approach and get past Guadalcanal under cover of night, at least. But we will be retreating past it. And I think, of course, they'll have sight of us once we go past Santa Isabel. So not the safest journey, but we do have Melita, of course, to help with its lightnings, as well as the Shangri-La, like we said previously. So we're going to go back over here for some supplies and build up New Georgia and bombard Shortland Islands once again, I think. So let's carry on. Okay, so now is the time that we're getting access to air combat once again. This is the Wasp I've targeted. I want the Shangri-La over here to launch some Corsairs to help out with the Warspice over here. So let's do that immediately. We are nearly in range of getting Milne Bay up and nearly in range of the New Hebrides to pick up some new cargo as well. So we're going to carry on very close now, of course, to the Shortland Islands, and then we'll retreat straight back out. We're going to make sure our submarines aren't sitting idle here. Just going to make the circle around and come back up here very quickly. So we're going to move around and see if our Corsairs get there in time to help our Warspite. We can see that they're already launching planes. So we're going to go ahead to that, I think. Nope, don't need to. With them at least. They've just scouted out our Warspite for sure, so you can imagine roofs will come off of Santa Isabel and the Shortland Islands, but once again they're fixating on our submarines over here. Interesting. Yep, still fixating there. We do have some sort of engagement here though, so let's go into that. Should be okay here. Have all radars on. Should probably have changed our formation here so that we got some better AA cover, but not to worry. It is only Mavises. Can't figure out exactly where they're going just yet. But I'm going to change our Fletcher to face them along with the, what do we have over here, the Benham to face that. Imagine they're going for a cruiser or battleship. It does look like they're going for Warspite here, so what we're going to do is tell that to break away. Hopefully this allows all of our guns to hit properly, or target properly to the Mavises. You can guess our small arms off a little earlier, a little more accurate. There we go. There we go, that's 2 down, no problems there at all. Once again, only Mavises. Same problem as our Catalinas. Just so slow and so big. Not going to worry about these scouts so much, actually. They know we're here anyway, and the scouts aren't going to hit us. So I think we're just going to go out of there and stop wasting time. And once again carry on there. Are we in a position to unload all of our cargo here? Not quite. Not to worry. Are we moving? Not moving any closer there. So let's just bring that a tad closer for our cargo. And there we go. That'll do. And that was just in time. We do have our Corsairs in range. We're getting intercepted by Emily's here. How far away Yeah, we're just on top here. It's actually the front Corsair that set us off. That's okay. Take on our radar here. And we'll turn off fire at will here. They will, I bet they're spawning closer to our ships rather than closer to the single Corsair that sets off the engagement. So we're going to move these over very, very quickly here. And tell them to go full speed to begin with. So they catch up. Visibility should be fairly decent. Let's double check that. 54% isn't the worst. Do have a lot of scouts over here. Once again, that's not a problem. Because we bombarded the shortened islands previously, only 3 Emilys could attack us rather than the, what was it, 6 to 9 Emilys they had previously. Disgusting. We do have some sort of fighters, tis roofs, so do need to watch out for them. In fact, we'll tell the first group of Corsairs to, actually tell the first group to go for the Emilys here. I'll tell the second or third group to go for the roofs, I think. Help out like that. Let's go in 2 on 1 there pretty much. Cool. We'll get the second load of Corsairs to go in with the roofs here. Like so. Cool. We'll leave the third group in reserve just in case we overshoot with the Emilys and such. Should be okay there. What we're going to do is turn on smoke for every ship over here and start turning, I think. Where are the roofs going? Looks like they're going for Warspite once again, so let's brake, turn out like that. Doesn't look like they're going to try and take the air engagement before they drop, which is rather unfortunate. No, they are going for it. Decided right at the last second. We might have been in a bit of trouble if they decide to drop, but they are only light bombs, of course. So not too much of a worry for the roofs. Don't really want to take any damage though, if possible. That would be ideal. That's 2 roofs down. Still approaching the Emilys over here. There's our last group of Corsairs coming to the rear of the Emilys. Just tell them to come back round very quickly, just in case we overshoot. Don't get anything off. Let's get some early shots out. Yeah, there we go. Emily's rather heavily armoured for planes there. Not even bothering to shoot on our approach there with some of our planes. So I think we are going to tell these to actually attack. Like so. Just can't quite get the turn right, can we, when we approach with our planes? So what does it look like they're going for? Can't really see over here, but it's possibly the Pensacola. So let's brake and move away. Probably should have done that a tad earlier. Do the same with Portland, actually. So brake and move. Yeah, they are dropping there. This could be rather nasty. Could be very, very nasty indeed. Should certainly have moved away a little earlier than that. What are we going to get hit by? Ooh, 1 dud, 1 bomb. So we've lost 2 general compartments to permanent flooding. But it could have been a lot worse. With those duds, actually saved us a lot there. Once again, not too impressed by the efforts of our Corsairs. But we could certainly have got away with far more damage to us. Only 2 decent bomb hits there. Cannot really complain. Just going to take some time to take a few of these Jakes away, I think. Where are we here? Can't quite fire on that. Do we have the patience to take all of them away? I think that would do. I think that would do. Yeah, can't even do anything with our damage control on those compartments now, but that's okay. We have been reduced to 92% total speed. But certainly something we can live with there. So I think we're just going to carry on once again, actually. Let's unload all cargo here. Still not quite in range there. So I'm just going to move up. Okay, we should be in about range to bombard the Shortland Islands now. So let's try again. No, we do need to go just a tad closer there. No worries. There we go, though. Level 1 airfield. Absolutely brilliant. Let's do it again. And that is still a level 1, level 1. Or do we reduce it to nothing here? I think we bloody do. Yes, there we go. Level 1 airfield, level 1 or level 0 airfield now. And just a level 1 port there. So it is just the minor radar coverage that they have now. So we're going to escape through this direction here and go all the way back down to the New Hebrides now. We have upgraded our port to level 1 on Milne Bay. So we're getting a little bit more radar coverage there as well, and we're on the way to get a level 3 port. We have loaded up our supply force over here to go to the New Georgia to upgrade that to a level 1 airfield as well. Now I think we're going to rush on over to that and make that the end of the episode there, guys. So hopefully we should be able to do that fairly peacefully. Having said that, we have spotted some sort of scouts coming north of our Shangri-La here. So we're going to keep an eye out for something over there. But in the meantime, that's our plan for now. Hoping this is misinformation once again. It is right at the start of the day. We do appear to have what could be a carrier task force out here. It does say 1 ship, so it is quite likely just a single cargo ship here, but we do have to check that out. I'm going to send in lightnings with large bombs. Coming straight towards Milne Bay though, so it does make you wonder. Really does make you wonder. Nothing too obvious just yet though. I'm becoming close enough to it. Should be just over here. We have coming close enough. No, nothing about. Visibility is terrible. If we reduce our altitude here, it might make it a tad easier to spot something. But we might just need to go in a tag closer on the strategic map there. So that's what I'm going to do. Just move in just a tad over here. Come round. Does suggest it's just 1 cargo ship. Would have been quite an easy spot if it were something bigger. So I'm going to skip over to if we spot something then, because it's just boring viewing. Okay, so here we are, just approached the New Georgia base over here. So let's unload our cargo if we're in range. Yes, we are. We do just about have enough for a airfield. They nearly pressed port. That would have been a little disappointing. What can we get from here then? That's a lot of aircraft choice already, actually. Lightnings, Havocs, Mitchells, Catalinas. Everything you could possibly need from a forward base, actually. That is amazing. I've been loving upgrading this as a Japanese recently, because you get Hayabusas, Mavises, and Mavises, I think you get Nels rather, and Donryus, but this is something else. Look at that choice there. Really, really good. We should have got this a lot earlier, I think. But that is going to be the end of the video there today, guys. We're now getting 83 command points per week, which is massive. We've sunk, I think, 50-something ships now. 56 ships, so just over halfway of our goal to getting 100 before we think about anything else, I think. So thank you for watching. That is going to be it today, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Very much enjoyed giving it to you today again. But so I've been the Edified Gamer, and I hope your nights and days are auspicious. Goodbye.